Good evening, and welcome to the Dark Covenant's Nest. No, hang on, let me try that again.
That was awful.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the enclave known as To the House. I am your Dark Lord, Isaac Smolden. Today I am joined by Bryan Fields. Bryan, welcome to the circle of chaos, the circle of darkness. All hail our glorious Empress, Etsy Witch, for she has chosen to bless this team, the Seattle Mariners. Etsy Witch, we ask you to continue the next 2 weeks of glorious destruction of our enemies. May we feast on their entrails and drink their blood until there are no baseball teams left standing. Okay, I got it out of my system.
Okay.
The Mariners are 10-0 in the Etsy Witch era. I will hear no more questions at this time.
Yeah.
The Mariners are winning the World Series.
Oh my
All hail
God.
our glorious Etsy witches and their magical potions and means of uncursing this sad sack baseball team. Praise be to the glorious dumper and its largeness. Praise be to the best August and September baseball player of all time, Julio Rodriguez. The Mariners are winning the World Series. And all it took was $20 to a witch on Etsy. 10-0 in our last 10.
Yeah. Okay.
It feels good, Bryan.
Does it?
It feels very good. And I just need you to, can you just give a praise be to the Etsy witch before we move on to football?
Sure will not. Will not do that.
Okay.
I'm not a Satanist.
I just, listen, 48 years of not ever playing in a World Series will turn a fan base to Satan. Apparently, that's all it takes.
Yeah, well, you got to do what it takes.
You
got to do what it do.
I didn't think that I would side with the darkness either, Bryan, but sometimes the power of the dark side gives you the power to save the things that you love.
Yeah.
And yeah, consider me turned.
Welcome to the house.
I already did the intro. That is our new intro
you
now.
You didn't do the homeless or at-risk youth.
If you need homeless or at-risk youth services, please take it to my house, 300 North Willow Street in downtown Wasilla. We are not Satanists.
We are not.
We are just dedicated staff members doing what we can to assist the lives of young people in a non-satanic manner. A bunch of very nice people. And I now worry about the fact that the My House logo is at the top corner of this podcast.
Yeah.
And I just did a whole thing about believing in the power of witches.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, I'm just gonna football. That's what we do. We talk about football. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sending this one to Michelle. Just need this one to fly under the radar. Just a little fly under the radar.
Yeah.
Get me back on track.
All right.
Okay.
Here we are.
Week 2.
Week 2.
Mm-hmm.
Exciting games happen this week. Kind of.
Some of them were exciting.
Some of them were.
Some of them were. I can't believe. Sorry, I'm gonna derail us immediately. I can't believe that I missed Mike McDaniel's.
Yeah, that was like training camp that he did that.
Hand out.
That was training
the
camp.
quote of the year, dude.
Yeah.
Just good day, correction, great day. Why is that? One day closer to death. This is a dark podcast today.
Yeah, it is.
But if I was the coach of the Dolphins,
I'm Mike McDaniels, I know what's coming.
I would be done too. That dude's head's on a spike by next week.
I think it's amazing.
And I don't even know how much of it's his fault.
I think it's amazing that they let his antics continue even at this early on.
You give that statement to the media, you're probably done, dude.
Yeah.
You probably should be gone.
It's gone.
Apparently not. and the Dolphins. Sorry, bring us back on track.
Okay.
Okay.
Thursday night football. The Washington Commanders took on the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a snooze fest.
Yeah, that game sucked.
Snooze fest because it was just all Packers all game. The score is very deceiving. They won 18-27, but those
15 points in the fourth quarter.
15 points in the fourth quarter, and a lot of that was in when the game was already out of reach.
Early candidate for management of the year, Jerry Jones on behalf of the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, fantastic.
MVP of the Green Bay Packers right now might be Jerry Jones.
Green Bay Packers may have, you heard it here first, may have the best defense in the entire league.
Chances are they didn't hear it here first.
They did. Our 9 subscribers probably don't even like sports. So,
hey, if you heard it here first, it's true.
It's true.
If you heard it here second, it's still true. The Packers defense is for real.
Yeah, to be able to hold the Commanders to 3 points until the fourth quarter is absolutely insane to me.
Yeah, as a Scary Terry fantasy holder, another not great week for me.
As a Jaden Daniels fantasy holder, he redeemed me a little bit and gave me 15 based on the fourth quarter, but I was frustrated. Yeah.
Packers look really good right now.
Packers look fantastic. You know who doesn't look really good right
Who's
now?
that, Brian?
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Man, yeah.
Dude, and you know what?
Guys, you lost to the Bengals backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Hold on. Not just the Bengals backup quarterback, the Bengals backup quarterback who threw 3 interceptions.
I did not know that Jake Browning was a person on planet Earth before Sunday.
He played when Joe Burrow busted his wrist the year before.
Yeah, and I still didn't care. Like because the Bengals were irrelevant when Joe Burrow got hurt. And they might be irrelevant again. What is funny about this, I told you this on Monday, the Bengals for the last several years have started over in games that, like, by all accounts, they should have won. Some freak accident prevents them from winning football games at the beginning of the year every single time. They should have lost arguably both football games they've played so far, and they are 2-0. And correct me if I'm wrong, they are the only undefeated team left in the AFC North already.
Yeah, dude, and it's crazy because Joe Burrow didn't just he went down early. He went down in the second quarter with 9 minutes remaining.
Turf Toe Joe.
At what point, if you are the Bengals, or if you're Joe Burrow, do you say, okay, dude, enough is enough? Get me an offensive line. I want somebody that is 6'6", 300 pounds, and just pancakes everybody just by looking at him.
I need a big boy. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You're
crazy.
Not since the career of Andrew Luck on the Indianapolis Colts have we seen generational talent get ruined like the Bengals are doing to Joe Burrow right now.
Yeah. Did you see Jamar Chase? They were like, how's it feel to be 2-0? He's like, yeah, I mean, that's cool, but it still feels like bleep. They're like, why?
Yeah.
He's like, well, Joe Burrow, dude. Like, what do you
mean? Like my starting QB is out for 3 months with a toe injury.
Yeah, and they're being.
What are the chances of that, dude?
They're being super generous. I think I've seen a statistic that was like,
he's done. He's not coming back.
Only 25% of people that have had a grade 3 turf toe have come back.
I'm shocked if he's coming back this year because here's the thing: the Bengals. I'd bet against them pretty much every game moving forward. Despite being the only undefeated team in the AFC North, I am almost positive this team is not making the playoffs now.
Yeah. I could see their superstars like with minor injuries taking games off. Like it's going to be.
I don't think that there's a reason to rush Joe Burrow back to this season. I'd be shocked if the Bengals are in contention by the time that he's anywhere close to returning.
Yeah. But, you know who also looks good but bad?
Who's that?
The New York Giants, man.
Bro. So did you watch it? I know you watched this game,
watched
actually.
that game.
I got home.
And I was like texting Carl throughout that game. I was like, dude, what is happening?
This is the game that came on after the Seahawks game.
Yes.
So, and I was with my little brother. We were making wings, Sunday afternoon stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So I didn't watch any of it outside of it. It was like a 3-point game or something like that in the fourth quarter when I got to start watching this game.
Yeah.
That was one of the most, I was just about to say, it was one of the most exciting finales I've seen to a regular season game in a long time. Except that once we got to overtime,
blah.
Blah.
I said it yesterday. I'm going to say it again. Russell Wilson is a real life Madden player. If it's not a forward vertical concept, he's not doing nothing,
bro.
Dude.
But when I can't remember the last time I've been that excited, like standing on my couch cheering for a play in a game that I had no vested interest in.
Yeah, it was probably one of the greatest fourth quarters that we've had in a long time.
What was it, 34 points or something like that?
No, 41 points.
41. Oh my
combined.
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah, by both teams. 41 points in the fourth quarter. Insane. Malik Neighbors is absolutely
He might be him. Yeah.
He is one that
he might be
That
him.
catch was insane. Double coverage. Dude's got his face over his visor.
Dong.
I got
it
it
right there. Okay.
I smell the liquor.
That was insane. That was insane. But the Giants get bailed out.
Yeah.
The Cowboys get bailed out.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I wanted to laugh at the Cowboys so bad.
Yeah.
It sucks that.
Yeah. Could you imagine being a quarterback who goes 30 for 41, puts up 450 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Being a receiver who does 9 receptions for 167 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And you lose the game.
You
lose the game.
Big loser.
I could have respected the Cowboys winning more if they didn't do it on their third possession of overtime with a field goal. The only person I respect on the probably not the only, Brendan Aubrey. Yeah, that dude is also him.
Yeah.
That dude,
he's insane.
Was a soccer player that just decided to go kick field goals on a high school football field at some point just because his wife said that he might be good at it. Shout out. I mean, that is spousal support that I can get behind. And that dude's got the leg of a demigod.
Yeah, it's insane.
Pretty good at kicking footballs a whole lot.
Yeah.
A whole long way and pretty straight.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
He's insane.
All right.
Bears, Lions. Not really a whole lot to talk about.
Revenge game.
It felt like a complete revenge
This
game.
was exactly what we said was going to happen, which was the Lions and the Ravens this week coming out and stuffing the poor kid that was in front of them into a locker because of what happened to them the week before.
Yeah, and not only that, you got Ben Johnson on the other sideline. You know, it meant a lot to the team, the players. They were salty.
Mm-hmm.
They knew he was going to leave, but when he picked the Bears, they were salty.
Yeah.
They were very salty about
14 points, 14 points, 10 points, 14 points.
Yeah.
Look at that box score.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dan Campbell even went for it on 4th and goal when the game was gone. The game was over.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is pettiness.
Ben
that
Johnson
makes
got so
sports
mad.
Great.
Ben Johnson got so mad too.
Good.
Like, he defended Dan Campbell.
What?
Yeah. They asked him at the podium. They said, was Dan Campbell running the score up? And he was like, what is he supposed to do there? Kick the field goal? Sure, he could have kicked the field goal. They go for it on 4th and goal. That's what they do. He was doing his job. Like, he was mad.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't want it to be made into anything that it actually was. He wanted it to just be a football game.
Yeah, it wasn't a football game.
It wasn't a football
That was not a football game.
I'm sorry to tell you, Ben Johnson. They came for your throat, buddy.
And here are the Bears lying on the ground with their throat gone and the hyenas eating their carcass after the Lions took what they wanted from them.
Yeah. It was, Just a shellacking.
Cool.
To see, though, Roma Dunze taking a pretty big step forward.
You're just saying that because he's on your fantasy team.
Yeah, on my fantasy
on,
team bench.
Like all 5 of your fantasy teams.
Yeah, dude, I was high on Roma Dunze.
Your bench has your bench outscored your actual team so far in Sleeper?
No.
It's got to be close because you got stomped this week.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Pretty close. But it was like I seen this stat that was 75% of year 2 wide receivers who received 100 or more targets in their first year break out in their sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
That was Roma Dunze.
Yep, and
so I was all over him.
JSN too.
Yeah,
similar thing going on right now in Seattle.
Yeah, for sure. Rams take on the Titans. Nothing to see there. 33-19.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Rams did what they were supposed to do. I do like Cam Ward. I think they have something there.
Conversation around him is a lot different than it was around Caleb Williams last year, which is interesting. Because so far, but he just looks. He doesn't look like panicked out there at all times. Caleb Williams still this year looks
you can see it on his face, just the despair in Caleb Williams' face. Like,
I play on the Bears.
I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
That's very interesting. Patriots take on the Dolphins. That was actually an exciting game for what it was.
Yeah. What it was how do I put this diplomatically?
No.
So, like when you have the JV team and there's a couple players that it's maybe their first year playing football and they get to go out there and do something too in the last game of the season so that they can have their moment. It's a nice story. That's kind of like what this game was, where, you're allowed to play football too, but
that's an insane comp.
You're not actually like gonna like play like actual football like when it hooks up to it in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that the Patriots had their time in the sun. They're still in timeout and they know why.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I agree, but
what would your take on it be?
I think that this was a get right game for the Patriots, and I think that you're going to see more to come for the season. I think that Drake May found his rhythm, and because he was finding his rhythm in week 1 versus the Raiders, and then they started blitzing the crap out of him, sacked him, and he threw that interception. Then he didn't look right for the rest of the game. So I think it was positive to see him come out, get into some rhythm. I think the Dolphins should have won that game. So to come out on top, I think it was encouraging. I need Ramondre Stevenson, though, to chill out. Hey, buddy, I know that you're scared because there's a rookie on your heels, and this happens every single time, that there's a better rookie than the veteran. Oh, now all of a sudden I'm going to be a generational talent, even though the last 2 years I've completely sucked. Ramondre, if you hear me, please stop.
So,
because I also drafted Travion Henderson everywhere.
I know that we need to keep moving here, but the reason why I'm not willing to believe that the Patriots are any sort of relevant team yet is because the 2 teams they've played so far are the Raiders and the Dolphins. So let's just give them another couple weeks and kind of see. Maybe we can have that conversation in week 8.
Okay. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I just think that you're not giving Drake May enough credit.
Drake May had a good game.
Yeah.
There you go. How much more credit do I need to give?
You know who else had a good game?
Who else had a good game?
Mac Daddy Jones.
Yeah. Okay. So Mac Jones did have a good game.
So hold on. This is one of my questions for the week.
Okay.
With Kyle Shanahan, is he a coach and has like a system that you can plug and play any quarterback, or was this just a good system against a really bad team?
You know the group, the whitest kids that you know? Yeah. The whitest kids you know.
Yeah.
Sketch comedy group. Kyle Shanahan seems to have this talent for finding the whitest QBs you know. And just like, it doesn't matter. Like Mac Jones, no offense to Mac Jones. He's been in the NFL for a couple years now.
Yeah.
He is compared to the compared to the quarterbacks that we see that are the trendsetters that are redefining what a QB is, this new wave. You think about Sunday Night Football Week 1, Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson, the future of quarterbacking. There are no two quarterbacks better than the and then there's Mac Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And Mac Jones is a perfectly fine quarterback.
Yeah.
And Brock Purdy is a perfectly fine quarterback. And you can pay perfectly fine quarterbacks what you're paying Brock Purdy. That's fine. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes. The Niners have a really good system. Two things can be true. Mac Jones did exactly what he needed to do to have success, and the 49ers system allows him to do that.
Yeah.
You know, there's ownership on both sides. And that doesn't need to be a slight at Mac Jones. He's not Lamar Jackson, but he got put in a position. I feel like we had this conversation last year about the Niners with Brock Purdy. He got put in a position where he just has to do his job. He did that, and the team won. Yep. Now, why did the Niners only win by 5 points against the literal catfish of this year, bottom feeder New Orleans Saints? It's probably because the hospital has more 49ers players in it right now than the 49ers locker room does.
Yeah.
So how much can you read into this game? I don't know. It's a team against a bad opponent. The Niners are basically playing their AAA team, practice squad guys against the Saints. If you had any hope for the Saints, abandon all hope, ye who enter here. The Etsy Witch is powerful. I don't actually know if even she could use her voodoo magic to help the New Orleans Saints. They just lost to the Niners B team.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're cooked. There's nothing to talk about with the Saints. They're cooked. Bills, Jets.
Bills are the Bills. The Jets,
dude, Josh
regressed.
Allen only had to throw for 148 yards.
Yeah.
And they won 30-10, and it really should have been 30-3, but they took all their players out.
Yeah, snooze fest.
So,
the Jets, oh boy.
The gosh darn Jets.
The Jets, man. I mean, I can't help but think that maybe things aren't a little bit different if you find a way to win week 1, but now in this timeline, you are running out of real estate.
You're out of time.
Real quick. Moving on
to the Seahawks versus the Steelers. Got lucky, bro. Call it what it is. You got lucky. The Steelers beat themselves.
The Seahawks are so good, man.
They're so bad.
GEQ bust.
Terrible.
Sam Darnold, the greatest ever quarterback
2 interceptions
of the U.S. Love JSN. Love our defense. The Seahawks.
Kenneth Walker.
The Seahawks defense has like either the lowest or one of the lowest blitz rates of any NFL team, and they are among the highest in QB pressure with just a 4-man rush. Our D-line is fantastic. Our O-line, shocking to say, is actually starting to do their job. Looks a lot better. Now, injury in that game got a little dicey there to where all of a sudden we were playing a backup center, and you could tell. But that doesn't look like it's going to be a long-term issue. So where does that leave the Seahawks? That leaves the Seahawks with a average receiving core and a secondary that there's pros and there's cons. And I think there's been a lot of discourse around certain players being doing really well in the first 2 weeks and certain players that have talked a lot of game and looked bad in the first 2 weeks. And in part helped contribute to that Seahawks loss in week 1. This defense, I truly believe in. And I think that they are good enough that this team is going to remain relevant. You still need if I'm being honest right now, and the Mariners have me in a good place, so I'm able to be more realistic about the Seahawks. I don't have to like put all my hopes on the Seahawks basket anymore for now. You need Kenneth Walker to stay healthy, which if the past is anything to go off of, that has not been the case. JSN has had 2 great weeks, but teams are going to start to figure that out, and he's not going to be available like he has been for the first 2 weeks for Sam Darnold. So you need other guys in the receiving room to step up and start carrying some of the workload, which means you need Sam Darnold to be getting them targets when he can, which means you need Sam Darnold to be to progress and get into that mid-season's Viking form that we saw last year. I don't know if all that will happen, but I know that my team's not 0-2. So,
yeah,
good week.
Good week.
Screw you, Aaron Rodgers, and screw you, every Steelers fan that I had to deal with at the one Seahawks game that I went to. How does that feel to have a team come into your barn and run you off the field? Hey, also, while you're at it, learn how the kickoff rules work. Those are kind of important. Okay, I got it out of my system.
Browns, Ravens, nothing to talk about there. Shellacking.
Ravens stuffed the Browns in a locker.
Yeah.
And the Browns are bad.
Lamar Jackson's him.
Lamar Jackson, yeah, I don't think that's controversial.
Quinshon Judkins got 10 carries for 61 yards in his first debut.
Yeah.
I'm wondering when the league is going to step in. It's really interesting to me how long they take on these investigations.
Yeah.
But
it's a guy that, if he's available in your fantasy, might be worth taking a look at, because a lot of people passed on him because of the investigation. Now,
yeah,
I mean, not that we need to get into that, but that's
yeah,
it's been interesting to kind of follow that from the sidelines and see how it's all shaped out. Boy, if the Browns are good at one thing, it's hiring players that have a lot of off-field baggage, deserved or not. I can't wait till Justin Tucker signs with the Cleveland Browns this season.
Yeah.
Not that we need to elaborate on that further.
Oh, God. Broncos Colts, my game of the week.
Oh,
dude.
This was fun.
This was so
unless you're
fun.
A Broncos fan, in which case, no, it was not. Danny Dimes. Just really taking the Geno Smith route of quarterback career trajectory. Indiana Jones is maybe back. Although for him to be back, he would have had to be there in the first place, and I don't know if he ever was there. There's one season with the Giants.
He has one season.
So the Colts are 2-0. That's crazy. The Broncos aren't 2-0.
Yeah.
Which is also crazy based off of the way that things have developed in the first 2 weeks. And what is leverage, Brian?
It's stupid. I don't know that it should be 15 yards, but I love it. And any Broncos fan I see, I'm just going to say leverage.
Yeah.
Leverage.
Yeah.
Stupid. It's like a long field goal.
Why do you need to try to do that? Like,
just make it tough on him. That's all.
Just
that's
like
your only goal is make it tough on him.
Did you trying to leap over the line cause him to miss that field goal? No. Yeah. The fact that it was a 60-yard field goal caused him to miss that field goal.
Tough.
He's not Brandon Aubrey.
It made me so happy.
Now, here's the more concerning thing for the Broncos is Daniel Jones has had a good first 2 weeks. Jonathan Taylor, him on my fantasy team. We love that. The Broncos defense is supposed to be good.
Yeah.
You just gave up 29 points to the Colts.
Yeah, and you gave up 165 yards rushing and a ton of passing yards.
Yeah.
But that's again like where you look at, and it's still early, so defenses don't have a whole lot of film. I think one coordinator came out today and said like these first couple weeks are almost like preseason games where you don't have a lot to go on. You're kind of getting a lot of stuff thrown at you, and
well, that's what the money's for.
You'll see the Denver Broncos defense bounce back later in the season.
We'll see. I mean, Bo Nix is I'm not unlike the Bo Nix hate train, but he is not Lamar Jackson, so you need your defense to not give up 29 points to the Colts.
For sure. Yeah. Panthers, Cardinals.
Very upset that the Cardinals couldn't choke this away because the Panthers had no business even being in this game, and the Cardinals did, in fact, almost choke it away.
Yeah.
3 TDs from Bryce Young.
Yeah, very interesting. I was like out on Bryce Young again, and I still am because I think that final drive was a pivotal moment for his season. If he could have went down and scored on that drive, I was saying it on that drive, like if he could go down and score, he can have a good season because it looks like his confidence for whatever reason is gone again.
There are teams that can go 0-2 and make the playoffs, but teams like the Jets, like the Panthers, they are on very short leashes.
Yeah.
You know, the Chiefs are 0-2. The Chiefs could make the playoffs. There's a pathway there. There's some guys that are going to come back from suspension. There's rhythm that's going to be found. There's points in the schedule. They're going to make up those games. If you're the Panthers, I don't know if you can survive an 0-2 start.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
And the Cardinals are, of the teams on this list, they got to be towards the top as far as 2-0 teams that I don't believe in.
Yeah. Well, that's the end segment. So
Okay. Sorry.
All right, Eagles, Chiefs.
This was a good game if you like defense.
Yeah.
It was not a good game.
Also a good game if you hate the Chiefs.
Also true. Not a good game if you have Travis Kelce on your fantasy team. That was a little bit of a heartbreaker. At the time, it looked like I was going to need that touchdown. Ring's too heavy, man. He caused him to bobble it.
Yeah, okay.
So I want to know, Bryan, when you're going to move off your Saquon Barkley's going to have a bad year just because he happened to be RB1 last year.
It's not just that I didn't think he was going to have a bad year. What I think is like it's going to be really hard for him to play all 17 games, and he's at very high risk for a serious injury this year.
Sure. He looked pretty good against a tough defense that held him in the Super Bowl last year. 88 yards and 1 touchdown, I think, is very, very good for playing against a Chiefs, Steve Spagnuolo defense that is very, very disciplined.
Saquon Barkley has proved to be unhuman, and
he's basically a robot.
He could break every curse this year.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is he had 3 things against him when it came to having a very productive season this year. He had number 1 RB in fantasy, Madden cover, and his usage was insane.
Well, this is a year for curses, Bryan.
Oh, God. Okay. Falcons, Vikings, J.J. McCarthy.
This game
you
sucked.
are cooked.
This game sucked. I recorded this game to watch when I got home because I was working on Sunday night.
You should have texted me because I already told you not to watch it.
I didn't watch it.
It was awful.
I saw the score.
Here's the game. Hike, turn around, hand off. Here's the game. Hike, turn around, hand it off. Here's the game. Hike, turn around, hand it off. All game long.
I just deleted it. I was like, no, this isn't worth it. I watched the Mariners game recorded instead, which I also knew the score for. But hey, when you're winning football or baseball games, under the power of dark magic, then that's something worth watching.
Yeah, Sunday night you did not deliver. I was not waiting all day for that.
This game should have been way better.
Yeah, J.J. McCarthy looks lost out there.
The Sunday night, the Sunday night letdown after Sunday Night Football Week 1 was a pretty steep fall off.
Yeah, the Falcons defense looks like it's real, which is positive to see for them.
Yeah,
they need that. Bijan Robinson is him.
The Vikings offense is not. Again, I'm gonna hold some judgment on the Falcons defense until I see them continue for another couple of weeks. They looked fine against the Bucs week 1, but the Vikings defense is not a litmus test for me.
Okay. All right.
Speaking of the Bucs, speaking of a team that you don't believe in.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. Okay.
The Bucs.
Yeah.
And Baker Mayfield look like a pretty decent football team.
Yeah.
Against a good Houston Texans defense. Baker Mayfield. I don't know what my obsession with Baker Mayfield is. I don't know when this began.
Ashlyn, if you're watching this, he's having an affair.
I think that I just love a guy. I love the redemption story. Don't clip that. I love a redemption story
I'm gonna
where
clip just that.
where
Just
you
that
have
statement.
where
I
you
think I love a guy.
where you have
I can't wait to send that to the
a
fantasy football
man
group chat.
that is cast off by the Cleveland Browns and abused, and who comes back and just shows that
You messed up.
you messed up, dude.
I'm a dog.
That final drive, he's like somersaulting over defenders.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh man, like, what are you doing? He's like, get out of my face! Get out of my face! You want the smoke? Very
He's
Josh
like,
Naylor-esque.
He's like in pain. He was at risk of them making him come out for a play. Oh, wait, there's somebody near me that I could yell at?
I love it, dude.
He's a dog.
He is a dog.
Baker is a dog.
And that's why I think the Bucks will win the NFC South.
It's concerning though, like can he stay healthy? That is, I mean,
Well, he got beat up that game by the Texans defense. I'll give you that. I will give you that.
Beat up, and he was clearly hurting. And like, he's such a dog too, because on the sideline, he looked like he was in pain.
Yeah.
And then he comes out on the field and just lays it all out there.
I love that.
Baker, I am sorry. I
Whatever
was wrong.
whatever mentality Baker Mayfield has, he should just teach a class for wide receivers called Getting Over It, how to be a professional athlete.
Yeah.
Because Baker Mayfield goes out and he lays it all on the line for the team. And that makes me happy. That is the uncle in me at the Thanksgiving dinner table that just wants to go back to the way things were, Bryan.
Yeah.
Men fighting. Men. I need to stop giving you the clips. At this point, I'm really leaning into it. Love Baker. That was a great game.
You know what I don't love? What I don't love is an interception in the first 10 seconds of the game.
Boy.
Yeah. What I also don't love is like having every opportunity to get back in a game and just refusing to get back in the game. What I also don't love is having.
Do you love a 60-yard touchdown reception to Quentin Johnson? Because I love that.
Having a 16-play drive end in 3 points. Yeah, don't love that. Having Ashton Genty look like he was completely lost in the backfield, literally not running to the right side, missing his blocking assignments, like
doing the classic rookie running back thing where it's like, hey, sometimes the sure 3 to 4 yards are better than the 2% chance at 20 yards that are going to result in 1 yard.
Yeah, but so for me though, with Ashton Genty, there were some bursts, and I think that he's very close to being Ashton Genty that you think he's going to be. It's there. He just needs to get over that hump. And so
this is going to be the Raiders this year, though. They're Pete Carroll is still a decent coach.
Yeah,
they're going to win games against the Patriots. They're going to lose games against teams like the Chargers. I mean, the Chargers certainly didn't like close out that game like you would hope a true contender could do. But they won the game against the team they should win the game against. And the Raiders.
And Justin Herbert looks really, really good.
Justin Herbert looks great. And that's a guy that we said this is the year that you got to prove that you're actually you can't be the most underrated player every year. At some point you have to be a rated player. And so far so good.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah. That was rough.
It was rough. I'm just chalking it up. It is going to be what it is. We didn't think that we were Super Bowl contenders. Obviously showed that on Monday night. We'll see if Geno can bounce back after we fly across the country, Jesus, and play Washington. So we'll see what happens. All right, time for the final segment.
Okay.
Name the fraud.
Okay, I like this.
All right. Out of the 10 teams that are 2-0, Isaac,
I love this game.
Please name that fraud.
Ooh, so I can only choose one, huh?
Yeah.
All right. I think you have some really good contenders in here.
Yes, you do.
You have some really good contenders in here. But I'm going to choose a team from a division that has 3 2-0 teams in it because not all of them can be contenders.
Okay.
And I'm going to say the fraud is the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh!
I don't I have not seen the evidence that this team is actually moving out of eternal midness. You beat the Saints, you beat the Panthers, and I think it might be a slow burn for this team because there's some winnable games. Niners are a winnable game, Seahawks are a winnable game, Titans are a winnable game, Colts are a winnable game. I mean, until you get to the bottom part of the schedule, really you've got a pathway to be like a 6-2, 7-2 football team kind of around the midway mark. But I think you're going to see the Cardinals they're going to win some games that are close where they really don't look that good. They're going to drop some games that if you're a contender, you really should win. And we're going to get to the second half of the season and they are going to fall right out of the wild card spot with some intensity. Yeah. You got Bucks, Rams, Texans, Falcons. Bengals might be a fraud, but that's like an injury thing.
Yeah.
And then Rams again to end the season. Yeah. So I am definitely going with the Cardinals as my fraud, 2-0 fraud.
Yeah. Dang you, dude. That was my fraud. I completely agree with everything that you just said, but just to have some difference in there, I'll take the Indianapolis Colts. I think they got
really?
Yeah, I think they got another good week in them. I don't think that Daniel Jones can sustain this level of play. Also, I think one of the things that's happening with the Colts is they're getting a really good run game. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that Jonathan Taylor has shown in every season that he's not going to play all games. And that's going to be the defining moment for Daniel Jones. And Daniel Jones has also shown when he starts getting hit and he starts losing that confidence, it's like,
yeah.
And so, I mean, I think they got a layup next week against the Titans. And then it's going to be, I think the Rams game is where the pivotal point for them. And are they a real team? They very well could still be undefeated next week. But
no, I mean, they're
back-to-back road games. This will be the defining moment. But I cannot get behind a guy that shows up to a press conference like he spent a night in Vegas and does not want to talk about it. And is just like, hey, man, it's going to be fun. Like, no. I can't do it.
They're towards the top of the list for potential frauds. Of
588 yards through 2 weeks for Daniel Jones, like
pretty crazy.
Nobody would have called that.
So as I'm sure have to wrap up.
Fraud question.
Well, okay, I have a fraud question too.
Okay, out of also the 10 0-2 teams.
Okay,
Isaac, name that fraud.
Name the fraud who's masquerading as an 0-2 team.
Yes, sir. Huh?
That is also a very interesting question. Mm-hmm. Okay. So clearly the low-hanging fruit is the Chiefs, right?
Yes.
But
who wants to do that?
Nobody wants to do
that. Everybody wants to see the Chiefs go 0-16.
I'm going to say that the team masquerading as a bad team is the Houston Texans. And I think it's because their defense is really, really, really good. And I also like that their next 2 weeks are against the Jaguars and against the Titans. You've got the Ravens coming up. You've got the Seahawks winnable game, if I'm being honest. Niners winnable game, Broncos winnable game. You kind of look at their next couple weeks of their schedule. They got a lot of get-right games in there, even if they do drop a game to a contender like the Ravens. So I think the Texans could still make the playoffs very easily. Obviously, it's going to have to be off the back of their defense.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a very good one. I think that there's a lot of true 0-2 teams.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is.
List.
My potential fraud of the 0-2 teams is the Miami Dolphins.
But I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that obviously, it'd be very easy to say the Chiefs are that fraud team. They could very easily go on a run here.
But where's the fun in that?
Exactly. I'm going to take The Bears.
Oh no, that's not who I thought you were going to say at all.
I'm gonna take the Bears. I'm gonna take.
This sounds like someone that has vested interest in a Roma Doomsday season.
I'm gonna take Ben Johnson. I'm gonna take the fact that I think a couple of his calls in week 1 would have won him that game. The kickoff to be one of them. He had opportunities there, made some rookie moves. I think that he can get the production out of Caleb Johnson that you need. You're going to
Johnson
or Caleb Williams. You're going at home versus the Cowboys next week. I think that's a winnable game, and I think that the rest of your season looks pretty good outside of the Ravens, Eagles, Packers.
The problem is you gotta
and
play
the Lions again.
You gotta play the Lions and the Packers twice still. I mean, that's what concerns me about the Bears.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I like Ben Johnson. I could see it, but the thing that I think has got to be concerning for the Bears is the division that they're in. You do not have a lot of wiggle room in the NFC
be
North.
0-2.
No, for sure.
Yeah, but come on, the Doomsday, I need you, buddy.
Yeah. All right. We got anything else? That was probably an hour.
That was probably an hour.
Yeah.
I was trying to leave early.
Sonk. That didn't happen. Even when we're rooting against each other, sports still bring us together. We will see you next week for week 3 of the NFL season on To the House. And before we go, if I could just give one more shout out to our glorious leader, the Etsy Witch, for all of her power and blessings, what she has done for this team. Whatever sacrifice needs to be made, please just continue to bless this team with your dark ancient magic.